Good morning or good afternoon. I had an incredible experience this morning during my breathwork exercise. So, where did it all begin? Where did it all begin? I've started listening to breathe with Sander on YouTube, and I'm really enjoying it so far. It's very much like a Wim Hof style energetic breathing. I think Wim Hof kind of picked up his stuff from it might be called Kumo. I think that's the style of breath work, but it's quite energetic. And in terms of, well, it's great for the morning because it really wakes you up, like properly properly wakes you up. So it's I've been doing this one exercise which is 3 rounds of 3 rounds of belly breathing with a minute breath hold in between each round. So there's probably about 30 breaths in and out during the each round. So like so at that kind of pace. And then when you get to the end, you take a big breath in and you hold for about 10 seconds. And then as you release, that's when you enter into your comeback or breath hold. And the more I kind of let myself go with this, I feel that when you do that 30 seconds or so of belly breathing, in out, then just let your, instead of thinking through it, I find I'm letting myself go a little bit more each time, every time I practice it. Really trying to fall into this state of not thinking through the process, just being in the process. And the really kind of the tangible sensations, like that you can really feel okay, let me start that again. So the sensation that you get after you've done that 30 seconds in out, and on the final one in, and you hold for 10 seconds, it's like you can feel the energy rising, like literally rising to the top of your head. So for me anyway, this is what it feels like. There's like this wave that's going up, and it can feel bizarre when you first experience it. It's like a tingling almost, and there's this wave going to the top, and it can be like, whoa, feels a bit bizarre. And then after that 10 seconds, you let all the air out, like and then you enter into the comebacker, breath retention. Comebacker means breath retention. And you hold your breath for about a minute. Well, it is a minute on this 3-round exercise. And when you let that energy out, or that breath out, it feels like your whole body is just drained, like drained of anything that was in there. Just lets it all go, like lets it all go. And you feel so just in this space, this very special kind of space where there's these sensations going through your body. There's like a mild tingling that might go down your arms and into your fingertips, down into your legs, into your toes, depending on how you're sitting, if you're sitting cross-legged or however you're sitting. And it's just a really nice way of removing yourself from the thoughts of the morning and bringing and just connecting with your body. First thing in the morning, it's like you're clearing out the trash, and you're resetting yourself so you're ready to just start your day, however you want to, whatever your intentions are for the day, like you're ready for them. So I do my cacao ceremony before the breath work, where I set my intentions before I start. So this is what I want for today. This is how I want to feel today. So today I was talking about goals. So I want to be thinking about my goals today. Might not necessarily want to do anything with it, but I want to be aware of my goals today. I want to be aware of things that I need to do. And because I'm working at home, that's a good thing. So I could be looking around and it's like, oh, that's a mini goal that needs doing, or that's something that needs doing over there. Little things that add up to a larger kind of goal that you're aiming for. So I just want to be aware of those things today. So as you've reset everything, taken that 30 seconds in and out, in and out, in and out, the big breath in, hold for 10 seconds, release, let it all out, let it all go. And so I did another exercise this morning, which was a five rounds of this. And I knew at the start I didn't feel quite ready for a 5-round version of this, but I did enter into it anyway. And I did a couple of rounds which felt like I couldn't hold my breath for the entirety of the breath retention that he was guiding us through. So it started off with a minute on the first round, then it was a minute 20, then a minute 30, minute 40. So it's going up each round, and it finishes off at 2 minutes. And when he was doing the 1 minute 30 breath hold, I just felt my body gasping for air. So I'd take a breath at about 120. And then when he did the 145 breath hold, or whatever it was, the next round, then again I'd fall short by about 10 seconds. So I thought to myself, right, going into round 5, I really want to make it to 2 minutes. So I'm going to absolutely go for it with my breath holds. With my belly breathing. So my all the way down into the belly. And as you're sucking air down into the belly, also filling up the top of your lungs. So the belly comes out and then the chest comes out, and then letting it all out. So filling my system full of oxygen and carbon dioxide, of oxygen. And then when I got to the end of that round and I took a big breath in and held, so that sensation that rises up to the top of my head became so overwhelming. It was so intense. It was really hard to describe, but the only things I can I can describe it a little bit. The things I can remember, it's like this intensity that goes higher, 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 higher. And as it started to get to the top of my head, my thoughts started glitching from one thing to another uncontrollably. Like, God knows what it was. I think there was about 3 or 4 different thoughts, but usually they kind of like it's smooth in the way that your thoughts transition from one thing to the next. But this was just like zzz, 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 zzz. It was jumping around with these just random thoughts popping up, but like glitching from one thought to another. It was quite a bizarre sensation. It took me by surprise, and then I couldn't feel my legs, I couldn't feel my toes, and that's probably because I sit with my back straight, cross-legged, and this was a long breath session, and you do lose, like, you do remove your you do kind of lose feeling in parts of your body anyway during these breathwork sessions. So I don't know, I'm 20 minutes into this thing, and my brain's glitching all over the place. I've lost sensation in my toes, my legs, and it felt like my pelvis as well. So I just gasped for air after about I don't know, whatever it was. I let some air out after I sucked all this air in for 10 seconds. The sensation hit me hard. I let some air out, held my breath for, I don't know, might have been a couple of seconds, and then just gasped for air. And then I was like, wow, that was a bit much. I'm not practiced enough to deal with that yet. So I just did some calming, slow breaths in and out for about a minute or less than a minute, because Sandy was doing a 2-minute exercise, and then he said 1 minute left. So then I just took a calming breath in, and then just held my breath for a minute, and just sat with what had just happened. And I just had this big smile come over my face, which is really good. I tend to have that happen quite a lot now. A big smile comes over my face, and it's usually on round 2 or round 3 of the exercises. But yeah, it was on this last round with this one, and it felt really good at the end. But it just felt so overwhelming. So that's something I'll be aware of going forward, about how far to push myself, because I pushed it pretty hard on that last round with like real. Usually it's just like, but this one was like I was pushing my belly down, pushing my chest out really fast, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, and it's just a bit too hardcore for me in my current place of my current skill level with breathwork. It was a bit too intense, so I felt like I was unlocking something, but I just wasn't ready for it. So I will be revisiting this, and I'll be climbing up to it slowly. I want to get back to that particular sensation, but just explore what it is and what's going on in my body when those things are happening, and just experience it. So yeah, really fun times, really fun. So I hope you enjoy your days. If you get a chance to do a bit of breathing, I know you will enjoy it, so go for it. And yeah, speak to you soon. Bye bye.